Hey, my name's Tippy, and I take Effexor for my anxiety and depression. I'm going to keep this intro short because I'm going to have like videos throughout, but in 26, okay, so I've had anxiety and depression my entire life. There's not a time I can remember where I didn't have it. My anxiety is generalized anxiety, which is the lesser one, and then social anxiety, which kind of takes over my life, and then my depression, and that's just like chronic. There's not been a time when I have known myself to not have any of these this mental disorders, so it's kind of all I've known. For a little bit of backstory, my family is very anti-medication, so I've always grown up with that in my head. That's always been a thing that I've thought of. We don't need medication to survive, you know, we don't need this, it's not helpful, it's not helping you, which I understand because the medical community has never done right by the Black community. So, you know, there's a reason to be cautious, but then there's a time when that caution becomes maybe a little bit too much. So yeah, I was definitely raised with the voice of like, no medication in the back of my head. I never thought it was wrong for other people to have medication, but for some reason for myself, that always felt like a failure and like, oh, you shouldn't need to rely on medication to live. But you know, some people need to. So that was a hurdle getting over. But back in 2016, I started Zoloft because I was living with my sister. I was having a very hard time, and so I wanted to move out and I wanted to get a job. And I figured I couldn't do that without being on a medication because, like I said, the anxiety and depression was just a bit much for me. So I tried Zoloft, but there was a lot of pushback from my family at the time, and it eventually led to me stopping Zoloft along with the symptoms of Zoloft, because side effects, not symptoms, side effects, the side effects, because there was a lot of side effects. Like, I really didn't like how tired I was. I was super tired. I didn't like the nausea. There was just, you know, the normal side effects that come with taking medication, and I was not with it, especially because I don't take medication. Well, I didn't at the time. Back then, medication was something that we really didn't do, so any side effects was like, whoa, danger, this is why you shouldn't be taking it anyways, I told you. So, you know, it was very much that type of mindset. I do have a video about my experience with Zoloft, but it is on my old car channel, so I will linky dinky that. And it's very old, so be nice. But that was my first experience. I stopped it after 3 months, and it did help me with my depression. It did not yet help my anxiety. I don't think I was on it long enough or on a high enough dose for it to help with it, but I stopped it before it could even attempt to get there because, like I said, there was just a lot of pushback, and there were a lot of hurdles I had to get over in my own mind about my thoughts and feelings around medication anyways. So that was the first time. Flash forward, and this was last year, so it was 2021, and I decided, you know, I did a lot of work, did a lot of thinking, did a lot of research, did a lot of inside soul searching, and realized my thoughts on medication are very weird, and that it shouldn't be weird for me to need it to live, because some people do need it. It just is what it is. It's a fact. Some things just not a working up here. So, you know, sometimes you need some help with that, and it shouldn't be any different than me needing a cast if I had a broken arm. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm there now. Don't worry. I'm all for the medication if you need it. So once I was able to get over that hurdle, I went back to my doctor, the same one that prescribed the Zoloft, and told her I was ready to try again. And she was like, good for you. You're young. You want to live your life. This is stopping you from doing so many things you want to do, all things that are true. And so she decided, well, I had a plan to go with propranolol, and it's another P one that I cannot think of right now. It wasn't Paxil. Propranolol and Prozac, that's what it was. So someone had given me like a recommendation that that's what she took, and so she was saying she didn't have a lot of symptoms with it. It was really working out for her. She also has anxiety and depression, and so I came to my doctor with that, and she was like, no, based on what you told me you didn't like about the Zoloft, I don't think that's a good idea. This one is a newer drug. This is Effexor, and I think it would be really helpful for you. We're going to try this out. We're going to start you on the low dosage because you're kind of small. I'm only 5'1.5" and 130 pounds, 35, somewhere around there at the time. And so she said, that's what we're going to start you on, and then we'll raise you up to 75 milligrams once we feel like you're stabilized. And so that is what I started out with. The 37.5 milligrams is what I started out with, and that was August. I'm going to put the date up because I don't remember. August something is what I started out with. So August something 2021 is when I started it. It is now January 2022, and we're up to the 75 milligrams. So this time around, I decided to do like a video log type thing. documenting my experience with it, because with the Zoloft video, I just kind of waited till I stopped and then I just did a whole video on my experience with Zoloft. But I figured it'd be better if I could do it in real time and like record actually what's happening. So that's what you're gonna see, and then I'll be back at the end to give you an update on what's going on now that I've been on it for 5 months. So enjoy these crappy quality videos that are going to be in between, because I was having a little bit of a hard time at first, and yeah, sometimes I couldn't do the whole setup or make myself look pretty. I'm just sitting there looking crazy. Also, that was before I cut my hair off, so yeah, there's that. Okay, enjoy. Oh, ouch. I don't know if I'm ever going to post this somewhere, but I would still like documentation, so we'll see. I started Effexor on Monday. It is Friday. So I took the first dose Monday, and it's the 37, I believe it's 37.5 milligrams. So I took that first dose Monday night, because they say it's better to take it at night because you fight off some of the like, what is it called? Fatigue. Because some of those symptoms will be happening while you're asleep. So that first dose I took 9 p.m. Monday night. Tuesday when I woke up, I was, hello, hi cutie. I was very nauseous. I wasn't so much tired. It was more like sleepy, because it's not like I wanted to, it's like I didn't feel tired, but I was having a hard time keeping my eyes open. I didn't feel like sluggish or like tired or fatigued or anything. I just wanted to close my eyes. And I was very nauseous. Like, if I would yawn, it would make it worse. Like, I would get so nauseous when I yawned, but I was just nauseous the whole day. Like, it was horrible. I was trying to hold it together. I went to work and everything, trying to hold it together. And yeah, it was a very hard day. The most thing I remember, just being super nauseous. I had a little bit of a headache, but I don't think it was from that. I don't know why I had a headache for, but yeah, a little bit of headache, super nauseous, and I felt like I wanted to close my eyes. So that was Tuesday. So then Wednesday, actually Tuesday night, I had a very hard time falling asleep. I took the pill again at 9 p.m. But that time, I don't know, the nausea just got like so much worse at night. And so I had a hard time falling asleep. It took me maybe a couple hours to fall asleep because my stomach was just like rolling the whole freaking night. So that was Monday night. So that was Tuesday night. Right? Yeah, I took the first pill on Monday. Tuesday, I was super nauseous. Tuesday night, I was even more nauseous when I took the second dose. And then Wednesday, I was still nauseous, less so than on Monday, but it was like, I don't know, it was weird. It was a weird nauseous. It was weird nausea. It wasn't like constant like it was on Monday. I mean, it wasn't constant like it was on Tuesday, but it was still there. And anytime I yawned, it made it a lot worse. I still went to work. It was difficult. I felt like I was out of it a lot. Like I was like just worried about my nausea, and you know, I wasn't really like paying attention to a lot of things. I think when people were trying to have conversations with me, I feel like they could see that I was like not all together. Hi. And then now to Thursday, which is today. When I woke up on Thursday, I was still nauseous, but it kind of felt like the nausea moved to my throat and less in my stomach, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to explain it. When I yawn, it's still in my stomach, but like now it feels like it's in my throat. And on top of that, I'm like super weak. And I think that is because the nausea has prevented me from eating a whole lot. So Monday I had like not even half, maybe like a quarter of a jelly roll, like not a donut, like a sandwich roll, but it just had jelly on it that my coworker bought me. And then I had chips, I think I had some baked Lays, and that was kind of all I could eat. And then when I came home, I had toast. And then the next day, which would have been Wednesday, I ate pretzels at work. I took the smallest bite of hash brown and I was like, I can't have this, and I threw the hash browns away. And then when I came home, I had a bagel. And then later on, I tried to eat a sandwich, and yeah, I took one bite and I was just so nauseous. So then I threw the sandwich away. I couldn't eat it. And then today I tried to make a bagel this morning. I took one bite and I was just nauseous. And then I ate just 2 plain pieces of bread. So it didn't have anything on it. It was just bread. And that's pretty much all I've eaten for 3 days. So I'm pretty weak because now I'm like not getting the nutrients that I need because of the nausea. So just thinking about eating anything is making me nauseous. So I asked my mother to bring me some crackers. When she gets off work, she will come to my house and bring me some crackers, because that kind of feels like something that I'd be able to eat. So on top of the nausea, I'm very weak right now. And when I woke up this morning, I was just super tired, super weak, very nauseous. It was in my throat. Like I said, I called out of work, and it is 4:30 right now, and I was in bed all day. I slept until 1 something, and then I woke up for a little while, and then I think I walked around for a second, and that's when I ate. I didn't eat anything. No, I ate the bagel. But okay, so I woke up, fed my cats early in the morning, called out of work. At like 8 o'clock maybe, I ate the 1 bite of the bagel today, and then I couldn't eat anything else. And then I went to sleep until like 1:30, and then I woke up and I just watched a little bit of television, but I was still in my bed, like I was just out of it. I was laying down all day. And then finally at 4:30, I got up, took a shower, brushed my teeth, and maybe like an hour ago, I had the 2 pieces of plain bread, not toasted or anything, just like plain sliced bread. And so I'm still pretty weak, still feel kind of like out of it, but I think that's mostly because I haven't eaten anything. So I'm gonna try to make myself some tea, like some ginger tea. Maybe that'll help. I did have ginger candies a little bit. I had a couple left, so I ate like 3 ginger candies over the span of these 3 days. So yeah, not feeling so hot, but I think I'm a lot better prepared this time because I don't know if I'm gonna post this, but if I do, I'll do an intro about Zoloft and all that. But when I took the Zoloft the first time, I don't think I was prepared for all the symptoms, and I think I was expecting a quick fix. And so I was also like very much against medication, and not so much me, but kind of the way I was raised, we were against medication. And when I needed it, it was like a lot of pushback from my family. So I think I was feeling that too. So any symptoms I had just felt that much worse because then they weren't around, because I lived with my sister at the time. My mother lived there. So it was like a lot involved. Anyways, that's besides the point. I feel a lot more equipped to handle it this time. Like I feel like I'm just ready to ride the wave. So I'm doing this as a diary, like video log or whatever, but I feel much more equipped to like ride the wave and just get through it and just like let whatever's gonna happen and just rest. You know, just let my body get accustomed to the new medication and just, you know, figure itself out. Because I think with the Zoloft, I was like, there was a lot of pushback, and I think for me, I just wasn't expecting that many symptoms, I guess, and I wasn't prepared to just let it be, because I think I was trying to move out of my sister's house, and I couldn't just like rest. But now I live on my own, and so that was in 2016, maybe even 2015 when I took the Zoloft. But now I think I'm prepared to just like rest and just let my body do what it needs to do so I can get my life on track, because I'm tired of feeling like this. So not the symptoms, I just mean tired of the anxiety and depression. So I'm ready to not have that anymore, because I've dealt with it for 28 years. I literally cannot remember a time when I wasn't anxious or depressed. I've like my whole life, I can't remember a time when I wasn't, except for when I took the Zoloft. Not so much with the anxiety, but it did help with the depression. And I was like, wow, is this what people feel like every day? I feel like I'm like moving weird and sluggish because, like I said, I'm very weak. But I'm waiting for the crackers to come so I can eat those. Yeah, and I'll order some wheat thins. Those should be here tomorrow. And I'll get some Toll House crackers today. So not a lot of nutrients, but I need to eat something. So yeah, and that feels like the only thing I can eat. Even looking at my refrigerator, looking at the food, my stomach is like, no. So yeah, so this is day 3, I guess. Day 3. And that's, I guess I'll update as I feel like I need updates. I also forgot to mention that my limbs are feeling like, I don't know, weird. Like when you sit down on them and then you suddenly feel like the blood rush back into them. Like they're just, I'm still pretty sure that's because I haven't eaten much, but my limbs are feeling a little noodly, I guess. And like, I don't know, weird. They feel weird. Just thought I'd put that in there because I also forgot to add that in. That's today. That's the first day they felt like that. Like I feel, they don't feel heavy. They just feel weird. So there's that. It's Friday. I just got off of work. When I woke up this morning, I felt well enough to go in. So I went in and I was still pretty nauseous. Not as much as I was the day before. Less nauseous, more achy. Like my body really hurt. My muscles hurt. So I was worried that it was like that muscle weakness that they were talking about, because there's side effects that are like normal, and then there's side effects that are like dangerous. You should call your doctor, and muscle weakness is one of them. So I was worried that it was muscle weakness, but I don't think that that's what it was, because I feel better now. I especially felt better after lunch. So lunch at my job, I took lunch at like 12. I ate a bagel with an egg thing. It's like a vegan egg substitute type thing. So it's just a bagel with the vegan egg and some agave. And so I ate that and sat in the sun for a while, and then I felt a little bit better after. So now it's like 4 o'clock. So yeah, I feel better now today than I did yesterday, because I was like bedridden all day. Like I've never slept so much in my entire life. Even after I did that little segment that I did, I went back to sleep, and then my cat alarm woke me up at 7:50 p.m. So I slept, I don't know how many hours, and then I went to bed at like 9 o'clock. Maybe it was 10. I went to bed at like 10 p.m. and then slept until 5 a.m. the next morning, because that's when I get up for work. But yeah, feeling better today. So this is hopefully we'll move the hump, because that freaking hit me hard. So I'm hoping that this is what it's going to be like from here on out, and it's just going to get better from here, because I'm still hurting, but I feel better today. So yeah, I'm too tired to do like a proper setup and everything. So this is what we're going to do, because I have been laying down watching my iPad for a couple days now. We are in week 2. It is Tuesday. So for that whole first week, I was like really hurting. I'm not sure why. Like my body was hurting. So I was worried that I was getting like the dangerous side effects, which was like the muscle weakness, which I don't think it was weakness. I think I was just hurting for some reason. I was like crampy, like muscle cramps. But I don't feel like that anymore. But now I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. But I think I'm just gonna like I said, I'm more prepared to just work through it this time. Like with the Zoloft, I was not prepared to do that. I was very unhappy with all the side effects, and I was like, this is not it for me. But I'm just gonna accept the fact that I'm just gonna be tired. Like no amount of sleeping is gonna fix it. So I'm just trying to like work through it. I fell asleep earlier today because I actually broke my jeans at work. So I left early. So I came home and slept for a couple hours. And then I got up, and I'm like, sleeping isn't going to fix it. It's probably going to make me more tired. So I'm just trying to like stay awake, but I can't do much because I'm so tired. Like my body is tired. You know how when your body is exhausted? Like my body is exhausted. So just relaxing. And I haven't relaxed in a very long time. I've like just done nothing. It's been a real long time since I've done that, because I have the 3 businesses. I closed down the Pride shop because I wanted to do, print on demand now again. I don't get a whole bunch of sales in the other 2 shops, so I should be fine. I'm just trying to work through this and figure this out. So hopefully for the whole next 6 months, I won't be super tired, but it is what it is. And we're in week 2, so that's what we're doing. I'm not really nauseous anymore. I have a little bit of an appetite again, because my appetite was gone. Like I'm pretty sure I lost weight. I feel thinner. I look thinner. So yeah, that was not good or helpful. I was like 0 appetite. I have a little bit of an appetite again. I ate a bagel today, and that's it. And it is, I don't know, like 6:33, and I ate a bagel today. But that's good, because before I wasn't eating anything. And I'm buying those like Bolt House smoothies to like get some nutrients in. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Another bed video, but that's only because I'm being really lazy. So it is September 8th. So it has been 5 weeks now that I've been on the Effexor, and that is 37.5 milligrams or 35.7. I will put up the correct amount somewhere. And definitely a lot better. I'm not sure exactly when the switch happened, but maybe for about 2 weeks now, no more nausea. So the nausea went away. I just haven't really had an appetite some days, but I don't know if that's something with the Effexor or if that's something with myself, because just in general, even before I started this, sometimes I just don't have an appetite. I definitely think it's improved my depression. I can feel that. I feel it happening. My social anxiety, not so much. I definitely feel like my mood has improved though, so that's nice. I wish I could just wake up like this every day, like not have to feel like the world is ending and feel the dip in the depression. That also might have something to do with me stopping all the businesses, which I will also do a video about at some point, probably before this one, because I would like to get a full video of this. But yeah, September 8th, also my nephew's birthday, but September 8th, 5 weeks in, and so far feeling good. So I'm still tired, but I'm not like super exhausted. So I'm still able to go out and do things, but I'm just like, ooh, I'm sleepy, you know, like that type of thing. So I'm okay with that. And like I said, I'm much more prepared to deal with this time than I was last time. Also, I'm talking super fast, so sorry, but that's my update. So that now brings us to today, which is January 28th, I want to say. So that brings us to 5 months on 37.5 milligrams of Effexor. So I figured we should just wrap it all up here, especially because I recently went up in dosage. So I went up to the 75 milligrams. The 35.7 is where it's 37.5 is where it's supposed to help the depression. And once you go up to the 75, that is when it's supposed to start helping the social anxiety or generalized anxiety. And so that's what I'm hoping for, because so far it has been amazing. Amazing for the depression. Like, the fact that people wake up and feel like this on a daily basis without the help of medication is mind-blowing. I mean, I knew it a little bit when I took the Zoloft, but like the fact that I can feel like this every day and that my bad days are just bad days is life-changing. I am kind of upset that it took me this long to get on the medication train, but you know, we know the story with that. And I'm definitely happy that I've done it now. I feel like not a whole new person, but like my life feels great now. Not that my life is amazing, but you know, I don't have the added weight of depression on top of it. So that's really nice. So like I said, I used to experience the dips. I haven't experienced any dips in the entire time that I've been on the Effexor, so that has been amazing. Definitely noticed an improvement to my overall general mood, just waking up in the morning, my day-to-day tasks, just my day-to-day life is so much easier to get through. Like, I want to say, but I wasn't suicidal, okay? But I just want to say that I definitely had suicide idealization at least 3 to 5 times a day. I would think about how much I did not want to be alive, how much I did not want to be in here anymore, how much I wish I had never been born, and just I did not want to participate in this life. I'm like, who wants to be alive? Like, this isn't fun. Who wants to do this? Life isn't fun. Like, people actually enjoy being alive. That was a strange concept to me, that people enjoyed being alive. I'm like, who wants to do this? This isn't fun. I'm just doing this because it's what you're supposed to do, because you're just supposed to live. Like, that was horrible. I don't think I have any more suicide idealization at all. So that's been good and helpful and very nice for my mental state. I don't have the super low moods anymore, the dip in moods anymore, the like really, really low weeks, sometimes months at a time that I would have. All of that is gone. I'm not just like wandering around wondering why I'm feeling so sad, or just sitting in bed crying, or just laying on the floor crying. That doesn't happen anymore. And it's strange that I thought that was normal, because that's not normal. Yeah, definite improvement, like overall improvement. I am very happy with the effects it has had on my depression. And even if it does nothing for my anxiety, which will be annoying, but even if it does nothing for my anxiety, it is so worth it, because this improvement to my depression and overall mood has been top notch. I'm not going to discourage or encourage anyone to start any medications or stop any medications, but for me personally, I am very happy that I gave medication another chance. Like I said, I didn't want to try Zoloft again. I wanted to go with something different. So I am extremely happy that my doctor recommended Effexor, because I went in there with a plan of like propranolol and Paxil, or propranolol and some other P name, whatever. I went there with a plan, and she told me that's not a good idea based on the symptoms I was experiencing before with the Zoloft. She said I should try Effexor, and I am very happy with the results right now. Like I said, even if it does nothing for my anxiety, the fact that it's improved my general mood and outlook on life this much thus far in 5 months, yeah, definitely very happy that I started it. Other than that, I have started the higher dose now, so I am on the 75 milligrams, like I said, and that is where it's supposed to start helping the anxiety. It has been 1 week, I think, since a week and a half since I've started 2 weeks. Today makes 2 weeks. Today makes 2 weeks. So it's 2 weeks since I started the 75 milligrams. The one thing that I noticed is that I am drowsy again. I was still tired. I was still sleepy with the 35 milligrams. Like, the sleepiness never went away, but it just lessened. But I was still more tired than I was before. I don't know, I'm always freaking tired, so it's kind of hard to gauge. But I'm definitely more sleepy. So I think the second wave is just kind of hitting me a little bit with the 37 milligrams. And I have been getting headaches. I've had headaches 3 days in a row now. So just taking it easy. Called out of work today so I can relax a little bit. So yeah, That's the one thing that never went away. The nausea went away, the body aches went away, the muscle hurting, the appetite came back. So that was nice because I definitely lost a little weight in there. Then I gained it back. I'm back to 135. Woo! So that's good. But yeah, the only thing that didn't go away was like the tiredness. So still a little bit tired. I don't think that's ever going to go away. I think that's just a symptom, but it is a symptom that I will gladly take over, you know, not wanting to be alive. So yeah, definitely happy that I did this. And I guess that's all I have to say about my experience with Effexor so far, because that was 5 months on 35.7 milligrams, and we'll see what the 75 milligrams does. Maybe I will do a second part of 5 months on the 75 milligrams, so we'll see. Other than that, this is long, and I'm going to end it. Bye!